Hope everybody's had a great week. I had a really great week. I have something really fun planned for tonight. In fact, I'll wait for a few more people to come on and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Everybody feeling the hustle and bustle of the season? I know I am. Thanks, son. All right. We'll give it another minute and then I'm going to go ahead and switch camera views. Hello, hello. Okay, I think we'll get started here pretty quick. So, I have the inspiration kit I want to show you really quick. And then we're going to use the stamp set from it to make a really fun project. So I'm going to go ahead and switch camera views. Are you ready for me to switch views? Okay. Okay, let's see if we're in the right spot. I think I might have turned it the right way. I think we're good. Yep, looks like we're good. Yeah, I am a little close. Let me take it up a little bit. Is that in focus for you?
Look at your tablet. Yeah.
It's not in focus on my tablet.
It looks focused, but you're not shift everything over to the right.
I'm where I need to be.
Alright, you can go class mat, you can slide over though, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so this is the Welcome Home Inspiration Kit. And this is the December kit for, for December, right? So you can see it's got this cute little porch, cute little door, and that's what really the focus of the set is all about. So let's open it up and see what's inside. I just realized, hang on one sec, I want to make sure I've got my stamps handy because I took them out to play and now I just got to figure out where I moved them. They're kind of a key point of our our kit, right? Okay, let me see what I did with those.
Crazy cat lady says hi.
Well, hello, crazy cat lady.
Donna R says hi.
Hi, Donna R. Okay, I seriously just had them in my hand. Bear with me. It's going to be one of those days, I guess. I had them together. Let me see. I seriously just moved those stamps. And now I can't find them. All right, well, let's see what we've got here because I'm pretty sure as I go along, we will find them. I'm so sorry. That is so embarrassing. I literally just had them in my hand. Okay. Well, let's see if it's in here and I'm just not seeing them. That's also possible. Can you believe I did that, Darren?
No.
I can't either. I scare myself sometimes. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's
Donna
start.
says she does that all the time.
Well, thanks, Donna. That makes me feel better. Oh, there they are. Look, they were right here. I knew I wouldn't put them very far from where I was going to be. That's so funny. Okay. Whew. Breathing a little sigh of relief. They're right there. How silly. Let's just pull everything out and go for it. So let's look at the cardstock first. So we've got all of these colors of cardstock. And of course, we've got my favorite. We've got the glitter stock. Look at that color. Isn't that pretty? This glitter stock, I'm telling you, It is something else. It is the best glitter stock there is. Okay, so then you're going to have to excuse the paper because we're using like 4 sheets of it, I think, today. No, 6 sheets. So my paper pad is not really intact, but you can see it's got all of these cute sweater designs, and it is double-sided. And there are even more than what you see here. I'll show you the ones that I pulled aside for the project. But super cute. And then you've got your ribbon and your sequins. And you've got the conversation clippings, which are printed with toner, so you can foil these. And also you've got, in fact, let me pull them both out. You've got the card panels that are also printed with toner ink. And you've got 2 each of 4 patterns. So let me just show you those really quick, and then I'll take out the conversation clippings. So you've got these cute keys. You've got this cute little Christmassy scene, or winter scene anyway. And then look at this pretty flower. I am just itching to color that. I think it's gorgeous. That's just calling my name for sure. And then you've got these cute little windows.
Gotta go more to the right, babe.
Okay. Maybe I'll just move the camera a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so then you've got your conversation clippings. And by the way, let me go back to what, well, no, I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so this is the conversation clippings. We've got black and we've got white. The same sayings are on both, but you've got 2 sheets of each, and they are foilable. And now we've got our awesome card bases. These are really, really nice. You can tell they're on nice, heavy cardstock, and they are my fave. And then we've got our stamps and my other stamp.
Hello?
Who did?
Gina?
Tina?
Gina?
Gina! Why can't I ever hear that right? I even this time tried to guess it, and I just did it wrong. Hi, Gina. Okay, so this one's still on my Misty because we are going to use that a million times tonight. It's probably steaming because I used it so much. And so then you've got all of these awesome dies. There's 24 dies, and you've got 30 stamps. You've got all of these sayings. You've got all of these cute little pieces and bits that you can make flower arrangements. You can decorate the wreath. You can make a little swaggy thing to go around your door. The possibilities are endless. It makes really pretty backgrounds too. But I also want to point out to you that a great companion to this is the poinsettia builder. This was released with the holiday release. But all of these little pieces work really well together. In fact, tomorrow, I am doing a 2-parter today because the project I'm making is kind of a big one. So tonight I'm going to show you the base. And then if you can, go ahead and make what we do tonight, tomorrow morning, and then join me tomorrow evening at the same time to embellish what we create. And in just a second, I'll tell you what we are creating. How about that? So anyway, just wanted to point that out. I'm going to be using both tomorrow night when we decorate, but tonight we're definitely going to be making use of that door.
Gina said it's easier, you can call her Glitter Girl.
Glitter Girl, there you go. I like it. Okay, so what we are going to create is a 12-day advent calendar, which you probably got from the title of the video. So I'm really not surprising you, but that's okay. You have to have a little build up, right? So I'm going to explain how we're going to put that together, and we'll just go ahead and make the base. I actually have done part of it ahead of time, but I'll walk you through this part, and then I'll show you the parts that I already made, and then we will go from there. Okay? So the first thing you're going to want is you're going to want 12 by 12 like chipboard, or this is lighter weight than some. Hi Lily, how are you? So if you don't have just like a whole bunch of 12 by 12 cardstock, this is basically, I mean, you could just take the cardstock piece off of the back of a paper pad, whatever, but it needs to be 12 inches long, and you're going to need, if you have a 12 by 12, just cut it in half, and we're going to do 4 6 by 12 pieces. Okay. So this one is already cut. I cut all mine already. So the next thing we're going to do is, this paper is from the Welcome Home pad that I just showed you. And we are going to create the background. Now you're not going to see all of this because this is going to go over the top in just a minute. But there are going to be little pieces cut out. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. But for now, let's go ahead and just put these on. So I'm just going to glue it because it's easy. And there will be, just because I was worrying about lining it up on the sides, it's okay if there's a little line down the middle. Plus it makes it easier if you end up like having a hard time making patterns match. You're not going to see it. And I'll show you why after. So let's put our first piece on. And I like using the liquid glue for that just because I can slide it a little bit if I'm off, which I usually am in more ways than one. Oh dear. Let's see, how are we going to do that? Doesn't really matter. Like I said, the middle's not going to matter. So I'm not going to stress too much.
Lily says, yes I am. Thank you for asking.
Lily, you're so cute. I hope I get to meet you one day. All right, I have to unplug my glue a little bit. It's not even plugged, it's just acting weird. Do you guys ever have that problem? I love these really fine tips, but keeping them flowing sometimes is a trick.
Feeling better.
I'm glad you're feeling better. All right. I'm going to try putting this upside down until we're ready for it again because it's bugging me. Like I said, it's not even plugged. It's just being weird. Okay. So if the glue hasn't dried in all that time, that was kind of ridiculous. Let's do it this way. And we'll make sure it's down really well, which it is just fine. Okay, so now is the tricky part. So I just am using a rectangle die, and you can use whatever brand you have. The one I'm going to use is not available anymore, but it is a Brutus Monroe rectangle. And let's see, I need a little bit of tape before I run that through my machine. So I'm going to try to line this up. Probably about see if I can at least kind of eyeball it. Let's put it about right there, maybe. And I'm going to, because this is going to cut out just fine, I'm going to put another one behind it so that they'll be in the exact same spot. And I'm going to do this off camera just because it's clunky to bring my big old die cutter. Oops, and you want to make sure that you have them exactly square because you want your little doors to all line up the same. So measuring is not my forte. Actually, I am going to do this on camera because I can't see. Okay. So anything I can do for a trick to keep things the same, I will do. All right, so if I can get it on there without sliding it, let's just tape it right to the plate. Because I don't want to take the chance. Because it is pretty important to make sure that these are fairly even. Hopefully that doesn't make an indent where the tape is, but if so, we'll work around it. Okay. So now we've got that side done. I'm going to carefully peel off my tape. And now I am just going to, let's see. Let me peel this off for a second. All right, you guys have a great night. Okay, so now I'm just going to tape this just like that. Like I said, you want to have it even on both sides. And it would help if I actually put the die there. Kind of need that. Okay, there we go. So now we're just going to slide that through. Don't want that paper to bend. And so now we've got that one done. Oops. Take that tape off. So we only have to run it through one more time. Making sure it's in the right spot. Okay, well, let's slide that through, and then we can get on to the next step. Okay, we'll get that big clunky thing out of here. Excuse me.
Jerry says hi.
Hi, Jerry. Jerry,
Yeah, she caught you live.
I'm so glad you're here. I was hoping that you would come on because I have to share something with you guys. I have to show you, first of all, the cutest card ever. So hang on one sec. I hope you don't mind, Jerry. Look at this adorable card that I received from Jerry. And not only did she send me this adorable card, but she also sent me the cutest. What was that?
Move to the right.
Move to the right. She sent me these cute crafty tongs. They're called Handle It. And they've got these cute little hands on the end. That will be perfect for when I'm embossing or whatever I need extra hands for. Isn't that so cute? Thank you so much, Jerry. You made my whole day. It was so nice to receive this. Thank you so much. And look at that card. Is that not the cutest? Love it.
She asked what you're making tonight.
Tonight we are making a 12-day advent calendar. And so I'm making one section of it. I've got the other two made, but I haven't shown them yet. But I'm just showing how to put it together so that if anybody wants to, they can put it together tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night I'm going to actually decorate it. So tonight we're just going to get the base for it and get the structure of it, and then tomorrow we'll do all the little bit more fun stuff. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, now that we've got all of our little windows cut out, is we're going to attach this to...
Tina says hi.
Hi, Tina. How are you? Okay, so I'm not gluing in between because we want to fit a little tag in there. So I'm staying kind of close to the edges, trying to get my glue to work. And I'm not doing in there. I'm just doing around the edges. I think that's probably good enough. All right.
Jerry said you're welcome. She appreciates all your videos.
Jerry, you are so sweet. I sure have fun making them, and you guys are why it's so fun. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to bring out the bigger pen and see if I can get this glue flowing. I don't have time for the glue to be crazy on me. One of these days I'll just buy more pens, but there we go. That seems to have solved the problem. Well, it did for a minute. It must have a big air bubble in it or something. Let me try just squeezing the air out and see if that helps a little bit. All right, yeah, that's what it is. It was an air bubble. So if that ever happens to you on your glue bottle,
Candy says hi.
hi, Candy. Just, I opened the lid, squeezed the air out, and then put the lid back on. And then I didn't have any problems anymore. Okay. So now we will go on to the next part. We need our doors. We've got our base, but we're going to have 3 sections. I'll just show you what we're going to end up with. So we're going to do that one, and then I did one in a different color. And then I'm going to have to double do it so you can see it. And then I did another layer, and we'll attach them all, and there's a roof piece, but you can kind of get the idea of where we're going with this. Okay, so now for the doors, I stamped our little door from our Welcome Home stamp set, and I will show that to you. I stamped it on white, and I stamped it on gray. So what we're going to do now I've got this one fussy cut already. In fact, I didn't really fussy cut it. I just put it in my trimmer and I lined it up with the trimmer. And then across the bottom, you can't really tell. Yeah, it doesn't really, we don't need the mat. So I just cut straight across and it works just fine. So now we just need to cut out this guy and we need to make this have an opening. So let me grab my trimmer really quick. So for me, like I said, I struggle with measuring, so it's easier for me to use my trimmer. And if you'll notice on your trimmer, on the blade, both of my trimmers have it. There's a little line that marks. Let me even hold it up a little bit. Let me undo the blade. There's a little line on the side, which tells you where your blade is. So that makes it easier to do what we're gonna do. Put my blade back in. Okay, so I am taking the third line in is where I'm going to cut it. And hopefully you can see this. Let me see if I can back up my camera just a little bit. Hopefully that helped. Helped, but I don't know if it helped enough. So you're just going to have to, we're not going to do it on this side because this is the hinge. So we're going to start this way so we can cut along this line. And I am so sorry I can't get the whole picture in view.
Can you turn it sideways?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Get all sensible on me. What the heck? Logic. Not something I have when I'm doing a live very often. Okay. So we're going to watch this little line and we're going to line it up with that third line. So I've got it lined up going this way and then I'm going to cut until I get that point to that point up along the top. So I'm going to stop right there because that's where my third line is. Okay. So now I'm going to turn it and I'm looking at the little groove that my trimmer has to kind of line up that third line in. And it is kind of guessing, but then I'm looking at my line here and lining it up with that third line. And then I'm going to cut until I get to the third line over here. Okay, so now, it looks like I might need to change my blade here pretty quick. Looking a little ragged. Okay, so let me grab my paper snips.
Kathy says hello.
Hi, Kathy. And I'm just going to cut those little rough edges off. I just ordered some blades, so that's good news. Because it looks like I need them. Okay. I'll change them before tomorrow. This is the only thing I think I need them for right now. Okay, so we've got that kind of trimmed up, kind of. Like I said, we're gonna kind of clean up our trim line. And then the next thing, oh, I guess we do need it one more time. I'm sorry, I cannot take the blade the way it is. So, I'm gonna change the blade really quick. Let's just take that right out. I don't feel like it's been that long since I changed that one, but I have been doing a lot of stuff, so. And the paper that I have in here is not my paper that I usually use, so that may have something to do with it too. I'll just kind of run it up and down a little bit, make sure our little groove line. Sometimes I'll just take my palette and just kind of run a quick run through and make sure I've got all the paper remnants out. Okay, that was a little detour. So now I'm just going to try to cut this down. And for me, it's easier to get that last line. We don't even need it for what we're doing, but for me, it's easier to line everything up if I start there. So now I know that that line's fairly straight. So we'll just go ahead and do the outline first, even though we're going to cut the door out. You do what works best for you. Okay, so now I feel like I can go in and go to that third line. Actually, I think I'm going to do the bottom first. Okay, so now I will cut that line. Just want to make sure I've got it lined up right. I think I'm one line off. I think we need to go one more line in. Yep. Okay. That one kind of had a thick stamp on it. So I just need to trim this side one more time. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do, I use my trimmer. I have a trimmer that I just keep a scoring blade in. Excuse me while I drop my trimmer on the floor. I just keep a scoring blade in this trimmer, and that's because I just have some sort of scoring disability. I don't know what it is, but I struggle with the score boards. I just, for whatever reason, have a hard time keeping the little tool in the groove. It's silly. Okay, so now I've scored it so that our little door can open. So then I'm just going to take my crease tool and just give it an extra little help there. And now we'll glue our door onto the top of this one. Don't worry, I've done all the other doors, so that you don't have to sit through me doing that. All right. So now our door is just a little bit fancier. So now I'm just going to add some foam tape to the back. You want to make sure you kind of stay away from getting too close to the door on the inside part of the frame. It's better to line it up on the outside part, just because if you want to slip something in, like I'm going to slip a little tag in behind the doors. So you want to be able to do that. That's why I didn't glue in between the doors. Okay. We just need to, we might have to trim this a little bit. We'll have to see. See if it shows through when we open the door. No, I think it'll be okay. We do want to put a little piece right there. You want it to be pretty well supported. I'm even going to put a little tiny piece down at the bottom on that side. You don't even have to peel the backing off, but just make sure you have something behind it so it doesn't dip. Okay, so now let's put some doors on. So you can see I've got some doors ready to go. Did I tell you what paper this is? I don't think I did. The red paper that I'm using is from our Holiday Happiness stamp pad, or not stamp pad, but paper pad. And this is so cute. It's one of my favorites. There's so many cute patterns. So we're going to use, obviously, the snowflakes, and then we used this cute stripe, if I can get to it. This stripe is what's behind the blue section of the house. Okay, back to getting our little doors on. Now, my rectangle that I had to use was not as long and skinny as the door, and that's okay. We'll kind of deal with that tomorrow when we're kind of decorating it. But I'll show you why that ended up being actually a good thing. So we've got our first door on, and then I used the tag from the occasional tags die set, and you can either kind of tuck it in this way, or you can just tuck it in right here. So either way, you've got a nice little spot to tuck something in. It's not quite large enough for a gift card the way that I have mine, but you might be able to engineer something differently on your end. But I will have something planned for each of these little tags tomorrow. We're also going to want to have numbers on our doors, right? And the nice thing about a 12-day Advent is it's a little less overwhelming. Plus, you still have time to do it. You still have a few days. You could hurry and this is not too hard of an Advent to put together. You could have this done in an afternoon. Or if you're like me, at night. I'm definitely...
Kathy says that's adorable.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. All right, so let's scooch this over a little bit. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it.
Jerry said this is adorable, like the idea of a 12-day Advent calendar.
Thank you, Jerry. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to put on the tags, but what are some of your ideas? I'll tell you some of the ones I have, and you guys, I'm happy to hear ideas and suggestions. I actually kind of like the idea of doing a service one, so that the little things on the tags are, if I do this for my son, those are things that are just simple things that he can do to serve people around us, so that, you know, it's less about what am I getting for Christmas and a little bit more about what Christmas is all about, and sharing and giving back. So that's kind of where my brain is on that. All right. So now we have this one last little door, and I'm going to put a little piece of trim there. What would you guys put on the tags, or what would you put behind the doors? Darren will have to let me know if you guys start telling me.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. You could put like the Christmas story behind it, like references to the.
Crazy Callie said you could put a $1 bill.
Ooh, money's always popular, that's for sure. I don't think anybody would turn that away.
Sure, Benji would love that kind of advent calendar.
Yeah, Benji would probably love that kind of an advent calendar. Okay, so let's get our little piece of trim on there. And like I said, I think this is quick enough that if you had time that you wanted to put the basic part of yours together tomorrow, you could. And then you, when I go live tomorrow night, you could craft along with me for just embellishing. I would love that. Okay, so I am going to put one here so I can kind of make sure that I'm lining them all up properly.
Dawn said, smile at 5 strangers today, open a door for an elderly person, walk the dog, buy someone a cup of coffee.
Perfect. Those are great suggestions. Those would be great on those tags. All very doable.
Gabby said you could put in a scratch ticket.
Oh, that's true. You could. That's a good idea. I got my door a little closer than I meant to, but that's okay.
Jerry said they could take the $1 bill and donate it to a Salvation Army bell ringer.
That's a good idea. All right. We're just going to snip that off. And we already have the basic foundation for our Advent. We're going to connect each of these, and then let me show you my plan for the top. I'm still deciding on, I think I might use the scallop die from the Simply Sweet die set to create shingles. But that will be, this will be kind of what it's like. Let me turn it sideways because I know you can't see the whole thing. Let me just move this out of the way. So you'll have to, hopefully you have a good imagination because it's pretty hard to show the whole thing. I'll have to readjust for tomorrow maybe. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Let me see. Yeah, you can kind of tell where we're going with it. Can't really see the roof. The roof's a little longer than that, but we will do some fun stuff. Okay? So I'm done a little earlier tonight than I would typically be, but like I said, I just wanted to make sure that we could get the basics down so that maybe I could have some company tomorrow to decorate it. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, let me show you how I did the roof. All I did on the roof is I took my little T ruler, and actually I went this way, and I went to 3.5 on either side. Good night. And just cut it. So that was really simple too. All right, well, let me flip my camera view so I can say a proper goodbye. I will say goodbye for now, and I hope you will join me tomorrow to kind of finish it off and make it look all fun and a little more festive. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a great weekend. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.